think Felix is much more, it's much more traditional in a lot of his textures and structures especially. So I think coming into this sonata, I think it's very clear, not knowing a lot of her music, that this is a very different voice to Felix. So that was really fun to sort of get to. And it's also just, I mean, we know that she didn't have the same kind of education in music as Felix did, and you see a lot of that she's unhindered by all of these traditions, and expectations, and so she's really experimenting very freely, which is really interesting and sometimes difficult to sort of interpret as well because it's so different, but it's very exciting. Were there any more dynamic or character indications throughout the piece?
I only put in what she
had written.
She didn't write a lot.
Yeah, it's really sparse.
Yeah, she usually wrote one version at the most of her bigger pieces, especially. The leader sometimes was 2 or 3 versions, 2 or 3 copies. But I think she just mostly performed them over and over again in her home and just sort of
she figured out
what she was doing and experimented it with it every time. And can you also see a kind of flip side of that question? Can you see how this would be mistaken for Felix?
I mean, I can see that the assumption is always going to be with that, but there are some Felix touches, I think.
Definitely. Or do you think there's some Fanny touches in Felix?
That's going to be an eternal.
I'm playing devil's advocate because that's my dissertation topic.
I think it's really amazing that she has a very distinctive voice, apart from Felix, and there are obviously the influences, but I think it's just really an unusual, innovative voice that is very clear.